What?
Says offline.
Oh, well.
Oh no, we're back.
I got too
Great.
emotional and the stream shut down on me.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, is it back?
Yeah, we're back.
So, I don't know what was missed, what was said, but basically, I'd like to thank Soraxia for sticking with the show. I'd like to thank Codexel for being my partner. I'd like to thank Percival and Makel and Who's There 15, the guys behind the scenes at the Passiflora that don't get enough love. They do a great job. They're the ones that make the tournament run so smoothly. They put up with a lot of crap, and they do it with just the Gwent community in mind. They don't get near enough thank yous as they deserve, so let me thank Makel, Percival, and Who's There 15 for being the dirty work behind the scenes. Soraxia for putting up with everything. And you, the community, for sticking with us and watching. So, not getting emotional, but thank y'all for that.
Yeah, I definitely want to re-emphasize that, like, Who's There 15, Percival, Makel, total legends for putting up like all their weekends and all their time into making that tournament happen. Like, and they're just doing it out of the goodness of their hearts, and that applies to everybody who admins for tournament games. So good on them.
Yeah, dude, thank you for that. Yeah, they the Passiflora has gone on. Matter of fact, there's now a Percival. There's now a Percival website. There's no Passiflora website, YouTube. Excuse me, not a website yet, but it's coming. I promise you, it's coming. There's a YouTube site where you can watch the tournaments, past and future. I think Soraxi is going to Poland, so he's very busy. But he uploaded the first tournament that I shoutcasted with King Black Tooth. The first Passiflora is up right now, and the second one we lost, I think, unfortunately. Still trying to find it with Back to Kill, who won that one. The third and fourth, which I'm sure someone right now was very interested in it. We have a champion after all.
Who?
We have a couple of champions in the audience.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, aren't we lucky?
Aren't we? So we have the third and fourth that I did by myself, I think. I did it by myself. The fifth one, which we'll bring to announcement, I will be doing with my good friend Codexel, I hope, right?
Sure. I mean, didn't I win that one too?
You won the third one, right?
No,
Or the fourth?
I'm joking. I mean, it would be an honor to win it again, but next month. Next month.
You won the third one, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So it was Gum Gum Face Punch won the first one.
Yeah.
Back to Kill won the second one. Some guy named Codexel won the third one. Freddy Babes won the fourth one. And honestly, if you put those four names together, that's like a murderer's row of some of the best players in Gwent. I mean, y'all are the best.
It's a good thing that we just didn't have like random people winning it, right?
Right, exactly. And then I know who's in the championship of this one, and it's a heavy hitter to say the least. So it's the Passiflora has brought the best in Gwent. I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say like out of the ones that aren't like the challenger, like I'd say the Passiflora and the Gwentleman's Open are really the ones that turn heads. Good gaming is trying to get their foot in the door, and I think one day there'll be a major tournament as well. But I'll give that some time.
Yeah. Well, let's. I think so. I think there's a couple of tournaments. Don't forget, of course, the Bowstring Tension Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna get there. It's a good. But anyway, we're gonna get to that in the show. So let's go ahead and without further ado go to a full shot of my presentations that I do that are either good or bad. So I did this one the week at a glance. Today's show is gonna be about a week at a glance, affiliate style because we are partners with Twitch. And please, guys, if not for me or Codexel, please make donations for Soraxia so he can make this channel and the website and the team and everything that goes with it. We'd really appreciate it. And if not, if you can just watch, that's good enough. But anything that you could do, we definitely appreciate it. But let's just keep on. Let's keep this train rolling. So what we're going to talk about is the main focus of this week is all the tournaments. Codexel and I are going to do this show today where we're going to talk about the week, but it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, Codexel and I will be shoutcasting the Bowstring Tension Cup. Actually, I mean, I'm kind of going too far, but we're going to be doing the Bowstring Tension Cup. All the events leading up to the Challenger this week. We have the Bowstring Tension Cup, we have the Passiflora Championship, and we have the Gwent Challenger. Pretty chalked, right?
Yeah, that's pretty insane. In fact, like I don't think I'll have seen as much competitive Gwent in my entire life.
Right. This is the biggest week I think in Gwent competitive history. I think it's easily I could say that. You have a weekly tournament that's always there. That's really well run. By the way, they really do a good job. The Passiflora Championship, the granddaddy of them all, the oldest running tournament in Gwent history. And the Gwent Challenger, the most money award that you could possibly get. Right now, 100,000. So,
Much.
I mean, pretty big week, right?
Just a little bit. I mean, yeah, I'd say it's pretty competitive.
Yeah, and of course, I put the Gwent After Dark logo there in the center because, and I'm giving a tease for the end, but each one of those tournaments, Gwent After Dark will be a significant part of.
Is that just a tease, or are you going to explain to me?
Yeah, right? You're probably wondering. You're like, well, you know what we're doing for the Bowstring Tension Cup. You know what we're doing for the Passiflora.
Mm-hmm.
Was there one I'm missing?
I don't know. Is there like a big money cash prize tournament? I don't know.
We'll have to find out. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, tomorrow, the Bowstring Tension Cup, held by Coil Gaming. These guys are phenomenal. Sithis and Turtle. By the way, Sithis will be working on my layout, so I will not look like a complete ham, or we will not look like a complete ham. He'll do the, we're going to share, and he's going to help me make it look nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you could zoom out and so we can like see your beautiful Prezi a little better? Because right now we're seeing something very, very zoomed in. Like right now it says the bowstring.
Really? Okay. So I guess I messed up then. So there we go. So we'll just have to pull it out like that. That sounded bad. And just go a full frame. It's not as beautiful as I'd want. Apparently, yeah. Thank you for the heads up. So let's go back to the first frame. Whoops, we're going the wrong way here. All right, so what's going on? Lead up to the Challenger. Gwent After Dark is going to be involved in all three of those. We're very excited about that. The next frame, we go to the Bowstring Tension Cup. And guys and gals, this tournament is every Monday at battlefy.com. Search up Coil Gaming Bowstring Tension Cup. Sign up. The more people that sign up, the better the better prizes they can give out. And they give out free computer games, really good quality games, once they hit thresholds. This tournament is steady growing, which is kind of exciting for me and Codexo, I'm sure. Because we're kind of a part of it. We're kind of the shoutcasters for that sucker. So we're hoping that we...
what a sucker.
Yeah.
Gee.
Right. It's great. Those guys, Sithis, who's the main point man, is so passionate about Gwent and the community and this tournament. We talk a lot. He is a great person to work with. Really try to support this tournament, guys and gals. It's very good and very competitive. As a matter of fact, some of the people that are well known are starting to make splashes in the Bowstring Tension Cup. I'm waiting for Codexo to be a part of it, honestly.
Well, I mean, don't you want me to be casting it rather than actually, winning all these tournaments and not being able to cast it with you?
I would like to challenge you to at least try one of them and see what you can. I would like to cast.
I've already played the Bowstring Tension Cup.
Oh, there you go. There you go. How'd you do?
Got into. I went fairly deep. I won 3, but then I lost. But then it's a single elimination format as you'd expect for a one evening affair. So yeah, it's you definitely have some pretty tough competitors there, but at the same time, no harm in trying your luck, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's if you've never been in a tournament, I think it's the perfect one to be a part of. If you're a pro, it's a good one to hone your skills and get the decks ready for further tournaments. I mean, Good Gaming does one every week. I don't know if they're doing one this week. That's why I don't have them on the list. So apologies if they did. I am talking to Good Gaming about us being the shoutcasters for that as well. So that's in the works, hopefully. Because you can never shoutcast too much.
Yeah. Well, until you lose your voice.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Bowstring Tension Cup. Again, Battlefy. Please give these guys some love. They really deserve it. They're great people, honestly. I really enjoy these guys. Okay, now this one. Near and dear to my heart, obviously. This is the one that I've shoutcasted from the very beginning. This is the one that has that hosts us. We're on the channel. It's kind of a big deal to us. We have a former champion that is the shoutcaster. He is my partner in crime, Codexel. And so, tell me, what do you think when you think Passiflora? What do you think of?
I think of what it means to be quintessentially Gwent. Like, sorry to be biased here, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I really like actually that it uses an image from the Passiflora in The Witcher 3, and yeah, it just seems really appropriate. Like, I mean, I do appreciate that we're basically ripping off a concept from The Witcher 3, so of course it's going to sound like really, appropriately Gwentish, and yeah, I just like the idea of, like, I've been Gwent, I'm playing with Witcher 3 music. It just feels right.
It does, and it's very reminiscent of Hearthstone. You know that one of the cool things that Hearthstone does in their feel is when they have the taverns and the inns and stuff on all their backdrops for their competitive series. And this has that feel. It's a really cool design. Sirexia did an amazing job of getting that name. So it looks good. And what I love about it is it's totally, not only is the setting unique, but the rules are unique. A sideboard.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's not going to be unique for much longer, because like sideboarding is a very, very, I think it's a very interesting concept and a very interesting strategic layer that you have to deal with in the tournament. I mean, one thing I would say is that it's not like once you play a tournament, you've played them all. Because, like, as in chess, like, you have different formats. Like, you could have, like, round robin, you can have Swiss, you can have, like, double elimination, single elimination. Like, same with Gwent. But the thing that's interesting is that all these different formats, including stuff like Conquest, you have to build different decks. And, like, there's just so much extra strategy, because it's not just this matter of just setting up a board with, like, mirrored pieces and then you just play until you win or lose. There's so much more thought that goes into, like, counter matchups, like how you're going to like build your sideboard, build your deck, build to counter the meta, maybe bring something a bit off meta to surprise your opponents, but it's still effective. That's how I think one of the main reasons I actually won the third one, because, like, nobody else was running my deck. So yeah. It's very interesting, and there's something to be said about trying out all these different formats.
I totally agree. You had a great run with the Big Red brand, Soyatel. It was great. It was great to call it. You did phenomenal.
Now everybody plays Bram, which makes me a bit sad.
Yeah, she's everywhere. And then Freddy Babes won the fourth Passiflora, and you saw those same consumes. They were there prevalent before, but then they were just everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like a trend.
I do find it interesting that, like, that the old style of consume, like the old Ekamara style of consume. I say old because obviously, like, I presume that mid-tier of Gwent is still heavily populated by that kind of archetype. But nowadays we've mostly moved to, like, a Ran Behemoth kind of consume, which is much greedier and has much higher point potential.
Yes. Yeah, matter of fact, I've been playing a lot more and been going and seeing a lot of the Arrakis Behemoth Consume, excuse me. A lot more of that. And I also have seen a lot more of, when we played last, you played a very cool Codexel Infiltration deck that I still stream. When I stream, I play at least once a match to give you kind of a shout out. But I see a lot of that kind of, well, not exactly like yours. Yours was very different, but I see a lot of Nilfgaard trying to make a resurgence.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like Nilfgaard has potential as a faction, but it has some weird deficiencies that make it, like, I think, unsuitable for the very top tier of play. But it can definitely survive in the rank 15 setup. There's no question about it. Like, you can get to rank 15 with any faction if you so choose. I
agree totally. I got there with Skellige, which is why I have the border of Skellige around my face right now. Matter of fact, I'm having incredible good wins with a Skellige Queensguard that Michael won, and Freddy Babes were kind of using, so I kind of use that, and it's crushes Soyatel. But that's not what this is about. So the passive floor. One of the cool things about this, what I love about the passive floor, is that Syraxia's vision. Now I'm sure Bowstring, Tension Cup, Good Gaming, and the Gwentelman have a vision, but I don't know theirs per se. But what I love about the passive floor is Syraxia actually has a point standings. So what's going to happen is his overall vision, he wants it to be a weekly, then monthly, and then point accumulation to have like a championship, like a big blowout. That's what he wants, and hopefully he can make progress towards that. It'd be amazing. But right now there is a I can't release the leaderboards. I was going to put that on the slide, but then I realized that the person that won it, and I don't know who won it. I really don't. I know who's in the finals, but I don't know who. I didn't want to see who won. That the leaderboard was affected by whoever won, so it'd be kind of a spoiler, So, but you are, I believe, I think there's one person at 18, and then there's like 4 of you tied at 16. So it's very interesting. So you're like in the second slot.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I can definitely I can have a pretty fair guess at who's gonna be topping those leaderboards. Or not the like top, but like which names are gonna be up there, right?
It's all the best players. Yeah, I mean it's all the best players. So it's if you can think of the leaderboard, then you can think of who's probably up on the Passiflora Championship. So tomorrow, excuse me, I want to go back one. I mention. So tomorrow, the Bowstring Tension Cup. I put tomorrow time to be determined because I don't know what time it's going to be. Obviously, that's why it's TBD. But I want it to be early in the evening. One, for my co-host to give him a little bit of a break. Two, just for him and maybe to expand to a greater audience as well. So I'm going to get up early. My time, I don't know what time that is in Europe, probably 1 p.m. And I'm going to partner with Sithis. He's going to set up the graphics. As soon as that's done, I'm going to tweet out. Follow me on Twitter, Shifu of the Cards. Tweet out. It's at the Coil Gaming Twitch site. And I will announce it. And, of course, we'll always put it on. I'll send links everywhere that you can see me. You'll see the links. So I don't know when it's going to be. However, the Passiflora will be at 8 o'clock this time, Wednesday. Now, next month, June 6th, I believe, is the next cast. We are going to film it at 1 o'clock my time, which would be 8 o'clock, I believe, Codexal time?
I think right now for me it's 2:30, so you can figure that out.
Okay, so it'd be 7 o'clock your time.
All right.
So I think that's prime time, right? So we're going to do it maybe at 12 o'clock my time or 1 o'clock my time. Basically, we want to shoot for 7 or 6 p.m. your time in Europe, so we can maybe expand the audience and make that the set time for the Passiflora, like prime time TV kind of thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think that's going to be neat. The only reason to do it this time is because my work schedule, I didn't have time to switch it around. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way. You know that we're the shoutcasters for the Passiflora. You know that we're the shoutcasters for the Bowstring Tension Cup. Thursday show, we're going to have some special guests, and I don't know all who's going to be there. I have 2 or 3 people lined up, but I don't want to spoil who it is. And we may keep it there. I may have people drop in. I may have an interview. I may have Syraxia checking in from Poland. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the air. If nothing else, Codexal, myself, and 2 very prominent people in the Gwent community, players, will break down what we think is going to happen in the tournament. Give our picks, like a pregame show, and have some fun with that. What do you think about that?
Sounds exciting.
I mean, it's going to be fun.
Gonna have to do some preparation for it. I'm gonna have to do a meta-analysis and do a state of the meta thing, right?
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to really figure it out. I mean, I don't know. Have you been watching Trump play?
For some reason, I always hear Donald Trump when you say Trump now. It's state of the world, right?
That's insulting. That's insulting.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, Trump, yeah, that guy. The guy who plays Hearthstone, right, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen his streams.
No, I've watched a bit of his Hearthstone and him dabbling in other games, but I haven't actually watched him play Gwent yet because, there are a lot of really good Gwent streamers out there these days.
Man, you are not lying. And, if you want to give a shout out to a few, give out a shout.
I mean, might have to be completely selfish here, but Karastra's great. Like who else? Who else is really fantastic?
Mojo.
Mojo? Yeah, Mojo needs to stream more first
He does.
before we actually mention him.
Freddie Babes.
Freddie Babes, obviously. I personally really like Swim. Swim was really, really good for my learning when I was like, much less experienced than he was. Because he always explains things as well as he can. Sometimes he's a bit convoluted. Sometimes he's a bit in his own head. But he's a great for an educational stream.
He's phenomenal.
He's quite tell. Or, he does play all the factions, but
does he?
That's quite tell. I know, right? And who else is great? Oh, obviously Zelos. I mean, even though he's a filthy Hearthstone player, like it's a good thing that he turned his back on that game.
Zelos is phenomenal. And I have an announcement. Zelos. Well, I'm not going to make an announcement, but I will be. We will be working with Zelos much more in the future. That's all I'll say.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Serious.
Yeah. Freddie Babes is phenomenal. I got a chance to watch him quite a bit. He is really, really good.
Yeah. Also, he's still very young, so
Yeah.
who knows what kind of play he'll be like when he's a fully grown man.
He's a beast. Also, an unknown streamer at night in North America. You probably have no idea who this is because you're in sleep except for doing this show. Dr. Van Nostrum 653. She is kind of new. Well, she's been playing for 2 weeks now. She's kind of new to the scene. She's very, very good, very, very informative, very quality stream. If you're in North America, up at night. Usually, if you're in North America, you have I Am Mithranor, the Sums 89, and really, I think she's now in that third slot. So check all of them out. I Am Mithranor is very good. Sums is very good, and the good doctor is very good. All right, so we're gonna have a preview, and we're gonna lead up to the challenger. We're gonna give our picks. We're gonna put a wager on it in some kind of way. We'll figure all that out. We're gonna have fun with it. And now the big news, the part that you have probably been waiting for, my friend, more than most. I'm sure you're like, what? Okay, we have been officially designated as the go-to place for the after party for the Gwent Challenger. So,
Nice.
Yeah, dude, it's big. It's really big. I talked to, I don't know if I can mention his name, so I'm not going to drop names, but I talked to somebody at CDPR very high up, and they are going to support us in this. I don't know if they're going to give us, I'm trying to get them, I'm bothering the hell out of them as I do to give them a little bit of pub for this, but we are right on after the Gwent Challenger is over. You go to the Passiflora Championship. We will be there. There will be special guests confirmed. A lot of people want to be on this show. I'm trying to get a CDPR guy and Siraxi. I'm trying to pull a whole bunch of strings. I worked on it all day today. But no matter what, we are the official after party for the Gwent Challenger. And I found out, and I can make the announcement, we will have the video of what we do posted up on all of CDPR's forums.
Wow. How many forums do they have?
All their social sites.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Okay, I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, back when all this first started, right? When Gwent After Dark was in infancy and then got robbed, whatever. That is how a certain rival faction got their start. They were kicked right to, after their big stream, they kicked them right to these guys. They did a good job, and then history was made. We now have that position, since most of the other people are going to be actually in Poland. They're flying most everybody out. So by process of elimination, we are what's left, and we will be the after party.
Yeah. Buy a drink.
Yes.
All right. Let's hit it.
Yeah, dude. No, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna rock it. We are going to have a recap of the challenger, which, and I'm gonna say, there is, Codexel and I did not get chosen to be the shoutcasters of the Passiflora. I mean the Gwent Challenger. We didn't put in our names. We didn't put an application. We didn't know about it. I would have liked to know if we would have got chosen. Although the casters they got, one of them I really think is going to do a phenomenal job. Mega Mogwai, I think is going to be phenomenal. I think he's going to light it up. The other one, I'm not going to say anything bad because my mom said not to say anything bad. So, he'll do really good too. He's a McBeard. May have heard of him. He's the other shoutcaster. And on Twitter, I put aside personal differences and reached out and said congratulations.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I'm sure they're going to do absolutely fantastically.
They are.
I'm surprised that for a tournament this big that they haven't even gone for more, because there's going to be such intense matches, and it's going to be like pure thirst of not being able to like keep up with all the action and speaking all day long. It's going to be insane.
Here's what I'm thinking, and I mentioned this to him. I said, you and I, we are available. I threw you in there. I figured you'd have my back. We're available to do a pregame. You know how I've seen a lot of. What was that?
Sounds great. No, I said sure. That sounds great.
Right. I mean, like a pregame, like we're gonna do Thursday. I'm still working on it. I can't announce that because that's not been accepted. But they did say they would put our video up, and I've been begging them to do some kind of like, hey, after the stream, go to the Pass the Floor Championship. Saraxi's gonna work them, I'm sure. So I think we're gonna get something. They're definitely give us a shout out or something on the show, which is huge. They don't have to do any of this, so I thank them for any of this. I don't want to appear ungrateful. It's an honor. It really is. They've been very great to me and the show, so I have nothing but great things. Even if they say fuck off, they've done more than enough for me. I mean, I bother them too much, I think. Whatever. My line of thinking is they can only say no. You'll never know unless you try. And, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Anyway, so we're going to do that show. I can confirm one person to whet your appetites who's going to be on the show. Possibly.
Yeah?
Zelos.
Ooh.
Zelos.
Wait, that wasn't the guy that we were like saying it was an awesome streamer who would also be working with us more.
No. I am going to try to reach out. I'm going to try to get most of the people that were on our big roundtable. If you're a big fan of the show, you know who those are. I'm going to put out feelers. I think I can get most of those gentlemen back on. And we're going to have fun, man. We're going to light it up. It's going to be probably more than an hour if everyone can. I know it's in Europe, so I'm not going to stretch it. It'll definitely be an hour. But this is one show that if we go long, fuck it. We go long.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean? I mean, CPR is backing us up, man. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right. We're going to do it good.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to this. I mean, I've already got all my calendar sorted out for this week, apparently.
Yeah, man. I mean, we deserved it. We have worked pretty fucking hard on this show, and we've done a good job, I think. We have more than 100 hits on our podcast, which is the number one podcast on Podbean by far. The next highest podcast has 6 for Gwent. So that's pretty huge.
Yes. Yeah, it's massive.
Hey, man, you gotta look for whatever. With the longest running in history, yada, yada, yada. You heard it all before. Anyway, that is pretty much it. So, to recap, I keep hitting the wrong button. So, we're gonna do the tomorrow. Excuse me. I'm talking a lot this episode. Usually, Codex and I have much more half and half. I had a lot of information behind the scenes to dump today, so I apologize, Codexel.
It's all right.
Okay. So tomorrow, Bowstring Tension Cup, to recap. Time to be determined. I am shooting for 2 o'clock my time, which will be 8 o'clock Codexel's time or Europe time. I don't know if you're CEST or...
I'm British summertime, so that would be like GMT plus 1.
Wow, that's confusing for me, but I'm sure you understand what that means. GMT plus 1, 8 o'clock is the goal for the Bowstring Tension Cup. It will be shoutcasted by myself and Codexo. I'm very excited about that. The Pass the Floor Championship. Okay, well, 8 p.m. CST, although I am going to work feverishly on getting out a little early and having, if it's okay with Codexo and maybe a guest, a pregame show.
Cool.
Test it out if you can. Yeah, I'm not, no guarantees on that. I got to, see how my work goes. But anyway, that's that. So Tuesday, Bowstring. Wednesday, Pass the Floor. Thursday, big preview. There is no show on Friday because we need rest too. So we're going to take a break, which is why I have Geralt in the hot tub. That'll be Codexel and I in the hot tub. And
together?
Well, hey, we'll see what happens. we're gonna take a break on Friday. Saturday, we're gonna go ahead and hit the after party scene as only Gwent After Dark can. That's why the light bulb, if you're very observant, you'll notice that the light bulb is off. Not many people probably care, but usually the light bulb, if you watch our old shows, is always on. I actually have 2 different light bulbs that I try to mix in. This was off because we're going to turn the lights out on this son of a gun, and we are going to do it right. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. It will not be for the kiddos, so if you're young, go to sleep. It's going to be fun. So we may be our last stream. I don't know. Let's see where it goes.
Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be one hell of a week, huh?
It's gonna be good, man. I think. So now that I've laid it all out for you, what do you think? What is your impression now that the week has been shoutcasts galore, preview shows galore, after parties? Like Gwent After Dark this is our week. What do you think?
I just want to play some Gwent now. All this, I mean, I don't know about you. Always talking about Gwent or talking about any game just makes you want to play that game. Like, it's going to be a great week, and I'm just in for the ride. It's going to be just fantastic. You're going to see, like, great plays, great drama, I'm sure. I mean, over the course of 3 tournaments, some of which have, like, $1,000 worth of swings in some of the games, like, it's going to be pretty exciting. And, like, I'm a massive games fan, as I'm sure most people who get to the top tier of any game has to be, really. And I've watched hours and hours of poker, and this is going to be like so much more high octane, high pace. Like, there's going to be drama, there's going to be tears, there's going to be happiness. Not necessarily all from the same person, but sometimes with mood swings. It's going to be crazy, man.
It's gonna be intense, and I think. Well, the Challenger is one thing. I don't know how often they're going to have the Challenger. I don't know if this is going to be a semi-annual, annual. I don't think it's going to be monthly. It is tied.
If it were monthly.
Right. Fair enough.
Oh, God.
It is tied to esports. ESL is a part of it. My hope is that the Passiflora becomes an actual esports sanctioned event. You and I continue to shoutcast it, and that's selfish, but I really hope that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go from there. That's kind of my dream of this.
That sounds like a great yet achievable dream.
I think so.
Which is always encouraging.
I think so. I think it does. I think I want to wish. I think if you want, we can end it on a game of Gwent if you like.
Oh yeah, unless there's something else you feel like finishing up with in terms of telling the audience, I feel like a game of Gwent could be appropriate.
Yeah, what I would like to say again, just I'll wrap up and then you can wrap up if you don't mind, then we'll jump into Gwent. For me, again, I want to give a shout out to Makel, Percival, Who's There 15, and most especially Syraxia. That is the team, along with Codexo and I. That is Team Passiflora. And now we will expand and we will grow, and maybe we'll be an esport, we'll be a website, we're already a podcast, but you never know where the Passiflora is going to go, and it all starts here. Gwent After Dark, we kind of were the first step out for content from Passiflora. We've done it. We have the after party. We have so much great stuff happening, and I just want to take this time for Who's There 15, Percival, Makel, Syraxia, Codexo, and myself to say, guys, we did it. First step, and it's going to be awesome. And audience, thank you so much for watching and